Hey everybody, it is October 9th, 2007. I am Sonic Sons, and I'm sorry for the drought of videos over the last less than 2 weeks, which is something new for me. It turns out that making videos while attending college is a little bit harder than making videos whilst it being summer and I had no job. Actually, I still don't have a job, but I'm in college, and that takes up some amount of time, doesn't it? So I thought I'd make this, if only to break the incredible drought which caused JP Garcia 6 to ask me, quote, "Are you dead?" Doing a brief thing about the Mozy backup service, which I first mentioned, and the other thing about a hard drive dying and all that. So I told you I got a new hard drive, and to make sure that I can use the warranty if I need to, I now have a third layer of backup, or second, laptop you had on the first one, right? Because, to remind you, the way the warranty works on the hard drive is they'll give you a new hard drive, but they won't save your data. So you have to have that data somewhere else if you ever want to use the warranty, and you may want to, because only after 1 year of owning my Western Digital MyBook Pro, it was dead. So, what is Mozy? Well, that's M-O-Z-Y, and it's this backup service that can take any sort of data you give it, anywhere on your computer, and keep it safe on some remote servers they have. And it works pretty well. I'll give you a load on this. First of all, you can download a basic version to which you can only store up to 2 gigabytes, but it's perfectly free, which I recommend you do. You see how it works. Basically, you tell Mozy what things you're interested in keeping backed up, and then you tell it, like, back up every day or every month or something, or you can tell it to back up whenever the computer is idle for such many minutes, or you can tell it to please start a backup whenever you just click the start backup thing, right? And it'll send everything, it'll encode everything, send it over to the servers where, at least so the website tells me, it's all nicely encrypted and stuff so no one can get at it except you, and it's password protected and everything. For all that stuff, though you don't actually need to enter in a new password every time you run the backup program or anything, which is nice. Otherwise, you'd be typing that in over and over. But in general, if you want to change anything, reconfigure anything, and I presume use it on any other computer, you're going to need to get a new password entered in on that, and furthermore, a new account. The way they work this is there's the MozyHome and Mozy Business. I imagine most of my audience wants to know about this home version. The home version costs $5 a month, and it backs up any amount of data, which is really nice on one computer. This is the caveat, right? But that includes external hard drives. Now here's the thing. On the external hard drive deal, like in their FAQ, it says, "This is backup external hard drives," and like, yes, so long as Windows sees the drive as fixed. By the way, it only runs on Windows, not Linux. But anyway, so as long as Windows sees the drive as fixed. I don't know what that means. I remember the MyBook showing up under the My Computer as a removable drive, and now the Seagate is just showing up as a drive. If it showed up as removable, I'm not sure if Mozy would see it or what that is. I don't know. So I tested out the thing with the 2 gigs. Worked well. I was thinking it's only $5 a month, and for my precious data, I'm glad to have it. They also offer a thing where like you can save $5 or $10 if you buy like a year's worth in advance. I wouldn't recommend doing that just because this is the internet we're talking about, and you never know when the next big thing is just going to come around. And so 6 months from now, you could easily desire to change. It's not like you're saving a lot anyway. So I got the monthly thing. It's $5 a month, and I start the uploading, right? The backup. So the way the backup works is it looks at everything you got in whatever files you to back up. It comes up with a recommended list of like certain settings and stuff you probably want to save. It doesn't recommend you literally saving everything, because certain things like your application data and all that really needs to be installed rather than re-backed up. It gets kind of complicated. But any sort of like file, you have any sort of Word document, you have pictures, you have video, you have anything at all of any size, I just love that part, on one computer, then it'll back it up. So it looks at everything you got when you hit backup, right? And if there's anything new or changed, it uploads that. Everything else doesn't bother with. Which means that long term, every time you hit start backup, by the way, it's doing a backup right now, just to show you that it's not killing my computer's performance. And it's even set to like the worst setting for computer performance. There's like you can set it between like faster computer and quicker backups. I just went quicker backups, and it's still recording just fine. Just, you know, not too much of a resource hog. Anyway, so long term, every time you hit start backup, it'll look through things and find like that one new file since the last backup and update that. When you start, however, I've got like 36 gigs on this hard drive over here, and it takes a while. The best you're going to get is like 3 gigs in a day, and that's running like pretty much all day long. Like I would periodically just turn off the laptop for a couple hours, just in case there was possibly some heating problem after leaving it on for like 40 hours straight, right? And with the internet connection problems I've been having, sometimes you're doing a backup and it gets halfway through and there's like connection error and it stops. You can always just restart it, and thankfully the halfway there that it got, or in my case more often like 1% of the way there, because I got 30 gigs, that's still backed up, right? It's only if you're in the middle of an individual file that you may lose that progress, and that's okay. So it took me a few weeks to upload everything, and now every time though I hit start the backup, it goes through stuff and it finds it all pretty quickly. There's not much of a problem. One thing with external hard drives, if you remove the external drive and then you either hit start backup or an automatic backup comes along, it will not see your drive because it's not there, and it will count everything as being deleted. Everything will be gone. The flip side of that is everything that's deleted is actually kept on their servers for 30 days. So remember that first backup took like 3 weeks, right? And then I hit start backup while the thing was happened to be unplugged. I actually think it was an automatic backup. So the hard drive happened to be unplugged right there. It automatically backed up. Suddenly there was nothing, right? Plugged it back in, hit it again, and it basically took 1 day, because it spends the 1 day looking at each individual file on this new hard drive. It's new because it's just now been plugged in again, comparing it to each and every individual file it has over there, which is not as much as time-consuming as uploading all the stuff. Still takes a while. It's not too bad. As for getting your stuff back, which is of course important if you need to use your backup, it inserts this thing into your menus, so you can just like hit on basically any folder, any file, and you hit right-click, and there's a restore from backup option, which instead of doing it immediately will actually bring up a separate folder having what Mozy has in that area. You can actually go to My Computer, there's all your drives, and then under a special category there's the Mozy drive, or whatever they call it. Click on that, and it goes through everything you've got, and you can copy and paste whatever you have there. Obviously, sending stuff to that drive will take some upload time, but getting anything back is good enough anyway. So that's my opinion on Mozy. I'd say it's a pretty good system if you want to make sure you don't lose anything. Everything is off-site, so even if your house burns down, it'll be okay, and everything's properly encrypted, and it works reasonably fast. It's not much of a resource hog. It's only $5 a month, and I swear to you, I was not paid to say any of this. I would never endorse something unless I actually liked it. And I like Mozy. I mean, is there something better out there? Maybe. I haven't found it yet. Thanks for watching. See you later.